she'll be coming around. Mountain, she'll be coming around. Mountain when she comes. And that ain't all you're gonna get, 'cause you can eat nothing yet. Now, there you are. Is everybody happy? Yeah! Well, buy your ticket and make it snappy.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Greetings, folks. Big Willie back here with you. Hope you're doing well. Sorry for the delay in getting this show out to you. I suffer from congestive heart failure and at times are under the weather and have to take a rest. But anyhow, on with the show. Going to kick things off with The Obvious. My good friend Brad, Mr. C, and Tim let me put together this history of The Obvious for them. So I'm going to be playing that for you. And then we're going to have a nice set by The Obvious in our playlist for today. Coming up after that, it's The Motet with Can't Fool Me. We're going to be playing that on today's playlist, and we're going to have a brief bio of the motet here on the Eclectic Café coming up after the history of The Obvious. Going to finish up this set with a review of Moses Guest's album Light. I appreciate Graham Guest sending me this album to play on the show. If you want to check out the full review, check out homegrownmusic.net. You'll be able to find the full review of their album Light.
Skies are gray when you've tried all and lost your way. Tomorrow is another. Tomorrow is another. When nights are dull and all is dark, when you feel dull and lost your spark, when answers seem to lead nowhere, you've got no map to take you there. Tomorrow is another. Tomorrow is another. Tomorrow is another. Tomorrow is another. station, and I've just gotta know, are all these people headed for somewhere, and I've just missed the show? I'm never gonna know, I certainly don't know why I'm even in this place again. My train arrives in Shinjuku Station, but no one says a word. It's Yakitori with the Kano sisters, a daydream so absurd. Possibilities abound, the honking traffic sounds, my head is spinning round again. Kimono in a Subaru, kimono in a Subaru. Many run through Shinjuku Station, but I've got lots of time. The slower you walk up the escalator, the less steps you must climb. Who's it gonna be? Who am I gonna see waiting at the gate for me? Kimono in a Subaru, kimono in a Subaru. The lights go down in Shinjuku Station, and I've nowhere to go. Should I just try hitchhiking to somewhere with someone I don't know? Many stops from home, and I'll never know if I'll ever find my way back there again. Kimono in a Subaru, kimono in a Subaru. 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 Kimono in a Subaru.
The Eclectic Café here with the Big Willie. Hope you're doing well today, folks. We just heard from The Obvious, a little bit from The Motet, and Moses Guest. Gonna kick this segment off with a little bit from the Ithaca, New York band Sim Redmond Band. It's Life is Water. Follow that up by a review at the show at the Ritz Raleigh by Marcus King. Then we're gonna have a little bit from Crazy Fingers, a Dead tribute band from here in Florida. Hope you're enjoying today's show, folks. This is the Big Willie hanging out with you here on the Eclectic Café. Just saw some from the Sim Redmond Band, Marcus King, and Crazy Fingers. We're going to finish up today's show with a little bit from the Deadheads, hailing from Massachusetts. It's their original track, Better Off Dead, and some original poetry by yours truly. Hope you enjoyed today's show, folks. Stay tuned for today's playlist. Got some great tunes coming up for you from the Grateful Dead, Paul Simon, Tom Jones, Bob Dylan, and all of the bands and the artists from our show today. So please stay tuned for that, and I'll see you back here in a week or so. Take care. Big Willie out.
Bloody hell. Bloody! Bloody pocket!
Tie-dye shirts, clove and sage. 20 dances behind the stage. Like I told you what I said, maybe I'm better off dead. Pack my sack, 'cause I gotta go. 500 miles for one more show on my head. Baby, I'm better off dead. Tom O'Neill never did it for me. He ain't part of the family tree. The hippies and rappers got something to say, but I'll take the heart of gold band any day. Yes, that boy sure can pay. Take some time, putting life on the shelf, smoking Mother Nature at the top of myself.
Oh, my head.
Baby, I'm better off dead.
Well, it's not how old you are, it's how old you feel.
What does it do? It promotes sexual intensity. The amethyst. How's it going? I'm really high.
Here, check this out.
I saw that.
You gotta keep this.
is all the rage. Sometimes you got to turn the page. It's like I told you what I said. Baby, I'm better off dead. Pack my sack 'cause I've gotta go. 500 miles for one more show. I'm ahead. Baby, I'm better off dead. Pack my sack 'cause I've gotta go. 500 miles for one more show. I'm ahead. Baby, I'm better off dead. Pack my bag 'cause I gotta go. 500 miles for one more show. I'm ahead. Baby, I'm better off dead.
Mark Bode, Better Off Dead, 96.9 Radio Barancho. Welcome to the studio. Mark, how you doing, man?
Excellent, man. It's great to be here in Tamarindo. I love it here. It's beautiful.
You been spending much time on this side of the water?
Yeah, as much as I can. You know, I got to be back in Playa Grande to play almost every night. So.
Yeah. Where are you playing Grande, of course?
Oh, the Grateful Hotel. The Grateful Hotel. They love the Grateful Dead, and I have a band called the Deadheads.
Was that what we were just listening to with the band?
Yep, and we are the first Grateful Dead cover band out of all the ones everywhere that wrote a song about the band we cover. So that song, Better Off Dead, is about, you know, following the dead, and you're better off just being a deadhead.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, some people take it out of context. They just hear better off, I'm better off dead. That's kind of dark. Like, that's not what it's about.
Yeah, especially listening to it's not a dark song, for sure. so you used to say you're a little older than I thought you were. You look like such a young man, 47 years old.
Rock and roll keeps you young.
So did you follow the Dead around?
No. Nope. I was in a band. My first drummer turned me on to the Dead, and I did catch some shows in the early 90s before Jerry Garcia passed away. I caught about 10 shows. I didn't like follow them around on tour, you know. Ever since high school, I've been a working man, you know, working day jobs and stuff. Busy, you know, paying rent. And
yeah, I'm just doing the gig circuit since you're 18, you said?
Yeah, up in Massachusetts. Yeah, mostly all around Massachusetts and New England. Haven't really traveled too much, but now just after that band and Catching the Dead, I still wasn't a huge Deadhead myself. I was still a metalhead, punk rocker. I was in a punk rock band for a long time. I did a Green Day tribute band in the mid-2000s, 2005. I was doing Green Day tribute, the American Idiots, with my brother, played drums for me, my brother Scott. And, you know, that it's hard to keep a band together. My first band I kept together over a decade, and then it just kind of fizzled and nothing else was working. And I started playing acoustic in restaurants, you know, after retiring a day job early in my late 30s. And I was playing, you know, all the standards in the restaurants, you know, Sweet Caroline, Brown Eyed Girl, you know. I personally was not entertaining anymore.
Yeah.
I was not entertained being that type of entertainer. And it didn't seem like a lot of places to bring a full band anymore. It was all just acoustic restaurants, and then the breweries started opening up, the craft breweries. They started having live music.
Yeah, big rooms, big space.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Something loud.
Yeah. I had this young kid, just graduated music school, Holyoke Community College, as my drummer, and he goes, why don't we play the Grateful Dead? Because, you know, we're playing all these other classic rock songs, but I would mix songs without stopping, and I would improvise guitar solos all the time. He's like, you're basically already playing what we play the way the Dead play. Let's just do the Dead. And I said, no. And he's like, why? I said, there's too many Grateful Dead cover bands. And then they talked me into it. I chose the name the Deadheads, just so when you put it in a paper, Deadheads see that and they show up, rather than taking a line or a title from a song or a lyric. It's still questionable if you're not a Deadhead. So even people that aren't Deadheads will come to see me and they're like, you know what, never really got into the Dead, but we like to watch your band play. We just have fun. I don't try to learn the song. I don't tell my band players to really learn the song. I mean, you got to know the chord progression.
Yeah.
I don't want them to learn the riffs. And then what I tell them is, you know, if I'm giving you emotion and energy and it's a guitar solo time, don't think that it's my guitar solo time. If you want to take it and put in a piano solo or a bass solo. Just do it.
Feel it out and go.
If I'm giving you emotion, I said, please give it back to me.
Yeah, so it's very much a jam band for honoring what the Dead were doing.
Yeah, I've had some other people, there's some other Grateful Dead cover bands that are around in the area, and, I've had some of their members sit in with me, and they're like, it's cool, you kind of producing your own versions of these songs. I'm not arguing with my band members they didn't play something right. And if we always make mistakes, we're human beings. You'll never play a perfect show, ever. So, as long as there's awareness, we can talk about it, and nobody gets...
Imperfections will make it a great show.
Yeah.
If you want to listen to a CD or an album, just put it on and listen to it. Or watch something live, you want to see what's the humanity of the whole thing, like someone...
Exactly.
You see someone stumble, then you see the band pick them up and recover, and you all fit together, and that's like always been the magic of live music.
Yeah, I love when I notice somebody in the audience noticing that, and noticing like me giving a signal, and then they talk about it after. I do meet and greets after the shows and stuff. But the song "Better Off Dead" came about from my entertainment lawyer, Dave Mack. You met him last night. He was with me. He just went home back to the States today. And he wrote these lyrics 30 years ago when he followed the Dead. He used to follow them on tour when he was younger.
He was full on Deadhead.
Yeah, he's about 60 now, and we made friends about 8 years ago, even before I started the Deadheads. And then he's like, oh my God, I'm a huge Deadhead. He started following me to my shows. He's always there filming and helping me entertain the guests. And he broke out these lyrics and said, let's produce this song. You can be the first Grateful Dead cover band to write a song about the Grateful Dead.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, so it's doing well. We got like a good 3,000 views pretty quickly on Facebook and maybe 1,500 on YouTube so far. We're trying to get it out there and let people hear it. We stole a couple of guitar riffs. The opening riff is from China Cat, Sunflower, and then we go right into Not Fade Away, the Bo Diddley beat. But in a key of G instead of E, and then we just kind of, you can't copyright a chord progression, so we just put lyrics to a couple of...
There's only so many chord progressions that are being used in pretty much all the music that's being made, so...
Right.
Try to come up with something new. But usually you think you did, wow, I just came up with this really cool song, and it goes, oh, this sounds exactly like it. Damn it, it does.
That happened. They're still arguing about Stairway to Heaven, aren't they?
I've heard that original song. It's definitely... It's pretty much note for note, but they didn't turn it into a song. It's just a little bit of progression. There's no lyrics in the original one. It doesn't go anywhere. So
Yeah.
it's like, but it sounds cool. Someone needed to take that and turn it into a song. It's kind of cool.
The Grateful Dead, and the more songs I learn by them, the more I like them. The more I get into them, the more I learn about my fretboard, experimenting.
Yeah, you were saying you love the solos.
I do. I love playing guitar solos. It's really a fan of ours saw us and they described us as musicians that we're using the Grateful Dead as a springboard to play our instruments. And like my band members, I tell them to come and just be themselves and just play off my emotion and give it back to me. There's a lot of freedom in the music. It's a great band to do that with.